Hey everybody, how you doing? Alright, right off the bat, Senate Bill 278 would mandate in Kentucky that Bible literacy be established in public schools. This is no joke. This is new. This is happening. Kentucky legislature approves Bible class in public schools. On March 10, 2016, the Kentucky Education Committee unanimously announced a bill that would allow educators to teach Bible literacy classes in the state's public schools, and would require the Kentucky Board of Education to draft elective social studies courses and on the religious book. And down here it basically says Senate Bill 278 would not quote-unquote teach the Bible. It would teach about the Bible, said Democrat State Senator Gerald A. Neal. According to WKYT, the Bible isn't something we should run away from or to. Well, ladies and gentlemen, despite what you might believe one way or the other, this is a fantastic move from them trying to push in the Quran. So the bill is sponsored by Democratic Senator Robin L. Webb introduced the bill to State Senate on March 3. She said that the proposed Bible class would not be much different than any other literature course. Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? It is a great beginning. Of course, not everybody agrees. The ACLU out of Kentucky have pointed out that it could be harder to implement truly unbiased lessons and this and that. You get the idea. The ACLU is bought out by the globalists and the bankers and the people running your reality who don't want to hear that God said this or did that, and it may or may not be true today. So, this is one step closer, folks. Senate Bill 278 would mandate Bible literacy in Kentucky in public schools. These are grade schools, folks. This is where they took it out and tried to put in the Quran and all the other weird shit going on. The fight is being won, folks. The Bible will now be in public schools in Kentucky. May not be to the effect you want it, but it is coming back. We are starting to win the war, folks. Doesn't matter if it's an information war, it doesn't matter if it's a Cold War. The word war doesn't mean all violence and death. It means a struggle between two parties. And actually, if you go back to the word warrior, it had nothing to do with conflict and death and this and that. It actually meant one who had knowledge and knew how to stride from conflict and arrive at peaceful means. But then the bankers came along and basically destroyed our history every single time that they did it. So now we have to go back to basics 60 times in one century because they don't know what the hell they're doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, Senate Bill 278 will teach Bible literacy in public schools in Kentucky. This will be one step closer, folks, to getting the guns back, to getting God back into the schools, and from that point getting guns back into schools where kids will shoot and do target practice like they did in the 1950s in their schools, where a gun will not be seen as an item of death, but an item of recreation by all persons under God. So this is truly an amazing day, folks. And I can't see this being stopped, and I can only see this expanding to other schools completely. Thank you.